Hey guys, it's Steve with Futures and Charts, and it's Friday, and it's the January 16th. So um, yesterday the diesel market kind of fell back down and gave away quite a bit of what it had risen up to, but it's still above that trend line, um, that bottom trend line that I've been watching, and you'll see it on the charts here when we go look at it. But it traded just about down to it. It actually had a little bit of a wick through it, but it closed above it. And now today we're just basically bouncing back. We opened up just about right on the trend line, and has we've gone up about 3.5 cents since the open this morning. So it's it's trying to play above that trend line right now. Whether or not it stays there, we'll see. There's some things that are working against it. Yesterday it was down because the supposed strikes on Iran, the news of that kind of, it sounds like they aren't going to do anything. Trump backed off on that, and saying that it's not necessary, that he may not do that. So, but then today it's back up again. I looked for some headlines. I don't really see anything yet, other than it's just bouncing off of that trend line. It could just be the trade doing what it does. So anyway, I think it's time to go look at the charts, and we'll see what I see. So let's go have a look. Okay, so here's a look at the futures for today so far this morning, and it's crude oil is up 59 cents. Diesel for February is up 3.4 cents. So let's have a look at the chart here. And as you can see, it's kind of good to leave these trend lines up. Once you've kind of established a trend, to leave them up, because they can play a role later on depending on what's going on. So as you can see, we opened up right on the trend line here this morning. So, and we traded down just about to it yesterday at the close. So we've had a pretty good run up here the last 5 days, and now we're kind of just playing around with the bottom of this trend line. So whether it, we get some news where, like on Wednesday when we got the EIA report, there was a big build in product, and that's, I just see that as being something that is going to keep a cap on this thing, because there's plenty of product. If what happens in Venezuela does happen and we get more product out of Venezuela, I just don't see where the supplies are going to be tight in any way. So anyway, it should keep a cap on this, and whether we stay in this trend a little bit upwards here, or if we fall back down through it, and we will have support down here at about the 2. As time goes on, this trend line goes lower, so we'd probably be looking at around, could be going down to 208 if in fact this trend line doesn't hold and we get back into this wedge pattern here, this reverse wedge, I guess it would be. So anyway, that's what's going on today. As far as the diesel, crude oil is kind of doing the same thing. We have this upper trend line here that we broke out above, and yesterday it traded right down to it, and we're just bouncing off of that a little bit today. So even though crude oil has been in a downward trend and diesel has kind of been in an upward trend, they're still acting the same with the current trend they're playing with. So anyway, that's I was going to have one look at the wheat chart, because I can't remember if I mentioned it, but we do have a possible head and shoulders pattern working here, which could be explaining what's going on with wheat being up today. And if we get above this neckline here, which would be right around, looks like about 522, and I'm pretty sure this is the Chicago wheat. I'm pretty sure that's the one I have up here. So if we get above, so it'd be another 4 cents. That would be above the neckline here, which could could mean that we would trade back up to around the 540 level, you know, kind of in this range where it traded. And then of course we would have possibilities of getting back up to 560 and also maybe 567 of this previous high we had here. So that kind of looks like it could be positive if it breaks above the neckline. That's the key. So anyway, guys, that's what I got for you in this one. Thanks for watching Futures and Charts, and please subscribe and hit the like button and all that kind of fun stuff, so we can get this channel growing a little bit. So all right, we'll see you next week.